The new Email Marketing Editor enables marketing professionals to easily create email messages without the knowledge of HTML or other technical skills. By introducing the notion of content blocks, an email message is organized in separate components. This makes it easy to create emails and to reuse content with our drag and drop user interface. The emails created with the new editor are rendered on all mainstream email client applications and most popular devices. We provide the best experience by supporting responsive emails and adaptive layouts without having to hire HTML experts to craft your email marketing communications. However, for those users that want to have full control over every technical detail, we also provide a separate HTML editor where emails can be manually coded by your in-house or contract developer. Let's walk through this new feature and see it in action. For this scenario, we will show you how to create an email from scratch without using an existing template, upload an image to be used in the email, enter all properties associated to an email, like the subject and recipients, and validate and send the email. But before we get started on the demonstration, there are a few considerations. 1. The legacy editor should be disabled within the site settings page. 2. We will need a subscription center and a sender's address for your company. Both of these can be created by going to Settings, Campaign Management, Email Marketing Plugins. 3. We will need to have a marketing list with at least one valid email address. 4. For this example, we will need an image to embed in the body of the email. We have a low-resolution, web-friendly image. So, to upload it, we will go to Assets and Media, then Files, then Email Marketing, and click on the Upload button. Browse to find the image on your computer, and then upload it. Now we're ready to create our email. Click on Marketing Execution from the main navigation, and then the right arrow, and finally, Email Marketing Messages. We begin a new email by clicking on the plus button. Then choose Blank Email in the drop-down menu. Next, let's give a name to this message for internal use. We'll call it Contoso Newsletter. We will also need to choose the Subscription Center. A Subscription Center in Dynamics Marketing is a link to the User Preference Center where the email recipients can change subscription preferences and unsubscribe from all communications. This is mandatory in all email marketing communications. Once all the details are entered in the Summary tab, we can start creating our email content by opening the Designer tool. The first thing we will do is to define the layout of our email by dragging a layout container to the work area. Containers will hold the content, such as images and text. For this example, we are going to drag a one-column layout container to the work area. We will make a header by dragging a text block to the work area, and then add an image block. Finally, we'll add a text block for the footer. Now let's configure each block. Click on the header text block. To the right, you will see a text editor, so we will enter Welcome to the Contoso Newsletter and a comma after newsletter. We're placing a comma here because we want to set this up where each recipient has a personalized welcome. To do that, we click on the Insert Field drop-down and choose First Name, and then type an exclamation point. Now your text will read, Welcome to the Contoso Newsletter, followed by your customer's name and an exclamation. The @contact first name will be dynamically rendered to display the recipient's first name once the email is delivered. We want it to be a header, so let's make the font larger and select Bold. Next, let's configure the image block. Simply click on the image block to open the media library, where we can choose the picture that we uploaded earlier. You can also title the image and add alt text. Also, you can add a hyperlink to the image if you want the user to be taken directly to a URL when they click on the image. Now, let's configure the footer text block. In order to be compliant with CAN-SPAM laws, we must have a plugin that links to the Subscription Center where users have the option of unsubscribing. Microsoft Dynamics Marketing ensures this is in every email during the validation process. We will replace the placeholder text with, "This email is sent by, and then click on the Insert Plugin drop-down and select Default Horizontal. Then add the Subscription Center plugin. Now it should read like this. Now that a basic email has been designed, we must now go to the Settings tab and add the subject heading for the email. We will use Contoso Newsletter for our subject heading. Now let's validate the email to determine if the email is ready to be sent out. Remember, you can validate at any time, and Dynamics Marketing will let you know of any shortcomings. Simply click on the Validate button in the top right corner, and the validation dialog box appears. It appears we have forgotten to add the recipients of the email. All we need to do is click on Edit, and then another dialog box appears that contains all of our mailing lists. We select one and hit Submit. Now we are out of the Edit Content Work area because our email has been designed. And you should see the email list that we have selected, but we want to preview the email before we send it. To do that, click on the Preview button and we can see what our email will look like on various devices. We can send directly from the email preview or go back to the summary view and send from there. Click on Send. All the email requirements have green checks by them, so it appears that we are good to go. Notice at the bottom that we can schedule later or send now. We select Send Now, and our email has been sent.